glorious AT&T Stadium. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Dallas Cowboys. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong in the win last week over the Giants.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 35. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. He'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And out across midfield down to the 45. That good for 22 and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Prescott on first down. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. The Cowboys at 9-2 to start play. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight. And
I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action now. Prescott steps away. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Looking to throw. Prescott. And this one quickly to Lamb. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 33. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. They just pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Gonna run again here with Pollard. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott now. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Connor. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 16. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive. From the red zone now, Prescott. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Connor. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
They'll run for it with Pollard. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Now Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Connor. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tanner Connor. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He's got his man. It's Gallup. Touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 21-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now on third down. That pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them.
And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And the gamble pays off. They get the first.
So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job.
And I don't know what the method is to know when to dial up a fake punt, when not to. Whatever the method there, it worked for them.
I think you actually did explain it. There is no method. It's just a feel, a sense, and a healthy dose of guts in order to call that play in that situation.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. The 30, 10, 5. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Charles, they are putting on a show right now. I mean, with that fumble return for the touchdown, you think about the size of this advantage. Heck, it's a 4-score game right now, and we're still in the first half.
And that has to be the highlight, Brandon, with how infrequently we see fumbles return to the house. But if you aren't inclined to pick this as the game's signature play so far, you do have no shortage of alternatives to select from. This has been nothing short of a clinic. And as noted, we still have a half a ball to play.
This fielded right at the goal line. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
The partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done, because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe. But I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe try to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
They'll drop to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here.
Touchdown, Cowboys!
Only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it is 42-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Back to throw now on first down. Right side complete. That's Woods.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. They'll set up to throw. To the right side, complete to Taylor. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Only able to gain a couple there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
And he'll find Pittman. He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to claw one back. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Here's Pollard again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Prescott to throw it. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And here's Rodgers on the return. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Out to the right and complete to Pittman. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking for Campbell downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And Charles, you know, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned that. You know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game, but ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Maher is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A short kick taken at the 18. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Connor. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Prescott now from the 50. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Connor. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. They'll throw again. Prescott. Touchdown! Tanner Connor, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal. Let's go.
First and 10, Taylor now. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
He'll look to throw. Caught by Woods. And they'll work this down inside the 30. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Dallas, Texas is the spot, 3rd quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
You know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Over the middle into the hands of Woods.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 15-yard line. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
The line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Looking to throw.
And this will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor.
His second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Colts are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter.
Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up. Five-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Still comfortably on top, third quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception's really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
On the draw is Taylor.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Final minute now of the third quarter. 2nd and 11. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They'll set up a throw. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch.
And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is a season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
Well, up big, but still not hesitating to take some shots downfield, CD. I guess they really want to hammer home their dominance in this one.
Yeah, that much is apparent, partner. If they keep completing throws like that, They'll keep that gap awfully wide as they've established already.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, 54 yards. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long. They'll look to throw here.
They'll get this off to Taylor.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. The offense on third down tonight, they've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. They're going to look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result. This is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33.
Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And you wonder now if he might be able to remove the helmet, put on the baseball cap, and watch the rest of this one from the sideline. His 5th touchdown pass of the game.
Say that again. Did you say 5th touchdown pass of the game?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's a heck of a performance, isn't it? Because they've had no answer for him at all game long. Receivers have been open constantly, and he hasn't missed a single one of them.
On the return from his end zone, Rodgers. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Back to throw here. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They'll drop to throw. Campbell making the catch. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left. He tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And guys, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I think it's pretty evident that any blowout isn't going to be big enough for them. They're already up 7 full touchdowns, and it's still not stopping them from throwing it deep downfield, taking their shots, trying to add more points.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard.
Bobby Okereke making that tackle.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Pollard going to try the right side. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those